Okay, just a moment, folks. As is tradition, something has not turned on properly. You can guess what it might be. See if it starts working again. Insert the sound of machinery breaking. While you're waiting, behold the kitties. We have Sammy watching something out the window, bottom center. There we go. Of course, now that Sammy has been noticed, she's probably going to take off. We have Ember, top center, snoozing on the heating pad. Kind of her favorite spot now. So we're going to center the camera on Ember. We did see Mason trotting through the play area for a moment there. So maybe we'll see more of them. This guy is over getting a snack off camera. But yes, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Tonight we are going to be picking up Murder by Numbers, and it's going to be a double stream tonight because I feel like I need some more puzzles. We're going to do our normal stream time, which is now until about 7 US Central. Then there will be a short break, about half an hour, and I will start up the second half of the stream. We're just going to pick up right where we left off. So that should be fun. Alright, let's switch on over. Let's at least get a zoom in of Ember real quick. Look at that little sweetheart. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Now, we did bump a little forward from where we left off because I didn't realize that it was going to kick off an uninterruptible, unsavable narrative sequence. So we're ending up back in Honor's apartment here. And I can't recall what we were doing, so let's try to figure that out. Here we go. Has my microphone been off the whole time? Ah, man. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're off to a good start, aren't we? There. Let's bump up the music a little bit on this one. I like the music on this one. Yeah. So let's look for some certainties here. It's close, but not quite. Seven has to live in there somewhere. A 9 is normally like this, and then it'll be 1, 2, 3. Five has to live around there. Six has to live around there. 6 is there somewhere. That makes you a 3 for sure. You have to be a 3. I can't be a 2, so that's a 2 and a 1. Can't be a 3, so that's a 2 and a 2. Then... missing any chat here. That. Can't guess where the 4 is yet. That has to be the 3. So there can't be something there. That's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 1. You have to be part of a 4. Okay, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 2. It's got to be a 1. We don't know which one. That's a 3. You know, that's part of a 5 now. And we know this is part of a 5. But the furthest over that it can be is here. So, that. That's a 3, that's a 2. So that's a 6. That. We know there's a 3 here, a 3 here, and a 3 here. No, that's a 1. It's a 5 like that. 7 like that. 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2 can't be there. Determine the 4. That is still true. You've got to be a 5, so that's true. So you're part of a 4, which cannot go out to here. It's got to be like that. You have to be a 2. You're part of a 3. Two. That's a 1 and a 2. That's a 2. That's a 4. This has got to be a 2. This is this. This is a 4. It's like that. This has got to be the 4. this is a 2. There can't be something there. That's a 1, which makes you a 5. We've definitely got the 7 pinned in there somewhere. You're 2 and you're a 2. 2 can't live there. This is now a 1. Ow, ow, Sammy, ow. I should have known that sooner. I still acknowledge you, Sammy. But you denied my love claws. You can't live there. Six can't live up here. 6 lives in here. That. You're at 1. You have to be part of a 4. That. Because of that, you're a 1. Can't do anything here. It's just nothing here, which means you're a 6. You don't know where the 1 is for sure. No, that's a 4 and that's a 4, so there's nothing here. 2 and a 1 and 1. Six. So 1 living in there, but we can't pin it down. The 2s have to live like that. You're the 6. One of the 1s. That. So 2 up here then. It's lined up as well as we're going to get it. Something there. You the 6. You're a 1 and you're a 4. You're a 2. Okay. 4. Since you're a 2, there's nothing there. It's a 2. Makes you part of the 4. It's the 7. That's a 2. Ends in a 2. Ends in a 2. Makes you a 2. You can still live in both of those. Be something there. It's a 5, that's a 1, it's a 2, and that's a 3. It's you the 1. Part of a 3. You're a 1. It's you a 2. You're a 6, so there's nothing there. It's you a 2, and you're a 2. You're a 2. You're a 2. You a 6. So there's nothing here. You a 1. 2. So you're a 5. You're a 2. Nothing there. You're a 3. A 1. You're a 2. You're a 7. You're a 3. You're a 1. You're a 4. 5. 3. 4. Toolbox. Ah, okay, so you have the blue outline for the box itself. Then these little gray bits are the tools, this being the only thing that looks like a tool, possibly. Some sort of wrench, or perhaps a tuning fork. Perhaps that's something that they need in their toolbox. These must be Jenna's tools. They'd fallen behind a stack of unopened boxes. So, what I do recall from last time is that they snuck into the Lethe security building and encountered Hyde, the man that had posed as Clyde, the replacement ship's captain. And it seems like he knocked out the original ship's captain, who subsequently died of smothering in his hospital room. Clyde was threatening to kill us. The power went out, and we had an opportunity to search around for some sort of weapon. They found a power cable and some batteries and improvised what is probably a very lethal stun gun. But as part of the distraction, Scout revealed his weapons mode, which had him transform into some sort of hovering spider bot with giant guns. I don't know where he was keeping all of the stuff, but it's hiding in there somewhere. He's apparently bigger on the inside. Meaning to unpack those boxes, but at this point they're basically part of the furniture. Nothing further to investigate. Nothing at Lethe where we left. Ah, okay. We determined where the SSI laboratory was. We determined that because there was an ID badge that had SSI security on it, that they must have reopened the facility to continue research into floating murderbots, as one is wont to do. It's messier than I remember. Thanks for showing us how to get here. So, Gina was under the impression that they had shut down the facility. Very adamant that there was nothing left of the facility. But by showing her the card that was in the hands of, active personnel, she was convinced to go lead us to the facility. This is where Scout was built. This is the area from his flashbacks. Never would have found it otherwise. When you're doing the kind of research SSI ended up doing, it's best if you aren't easy to find. You think Jack is really using these labs again? Jack is the CEO of Lethe Security. If he is, he needs to hire a cleaner. How are you holding up, Scout? I remember this place. This is where Scout was created and initially tested, and then the company behind the laboratory decided that a better use for the Scout program, instead of sort of like a hazardous environment robot, something that would go into places that people couldn't, for whatever reason, radiation, heat, water, that kind of stuff. they decided that floating Murderbot was the better business option. Floating Murderbots. So they forced weapon testing, and Scout killed a man. And that is sort of the instigating event for much of the storyline here. I booted you up for the first time right over there. This was my desk, and that was Tom's. Tom's is the man that died during the weapons test. Yeah, I should leave you guys alone for a minute. No, we've got work to do. I just need the data shunt. The data shunt is for patching Scout such that the weapons systems are sealed off, so he can't hurt anyone. When he did use the weapon systems in our last session, he almost lost control. He was able to drive off, or at least distract Hyde sufficiently for Honor to zap him, but after Hyde went down, Scout almost turned his weapons on Honor, but was able to regain control beforehand, before doing so. I don't know what it looks like. Leave it to me. I can find it. Puzzle time. Oh, puzzle time. Oh, 15 by 15. There. I really like the puzzle theme. This one is close. Do anything with those. Should be able to do something with this. Five should live in there. Determine that. Use that one. Can't use this one. Who has to live there? There can be some wiggle back and forth, but the 2 is there. There's a 3 that lives there. We can't gauge that one, unfortunately. Can't judge that one. Oh, this one's gonna be tough. Judge those. Can't fit the 2 in. Yeah. All kinds of wiggle room in that. Can't pin anything else in there. This has got to be part of a 2, but that doesn't help. All right, if this were a 2... Okay, that can be anything. This were a 2. That can be the 2. Three, that could be a 1, 1, 2, 3. I think that has to be true of the 3. Which means this is part of the 3, there's nothing there. Way too much wiggle in that one to pin it. Okay. Making sure that this is a safe assumption. We can't judge this one because it's a 2. And we end with a 1, 1. 1, 2. There's way too much space at the end to make it work. So it can be 2, or the 2 could be over here. There's no overlap on that 2. Checking something. There we go. Could this be the 3? 1, 1, 1. 1, 1. This can't be the 3. That has to be a 1. It doesn't let us pin anything down further, but 1, 1. That has to be a 1. 2 space. Okay, which means the 5 is in here. This has to be a 1. That's a 1. Could this be a 2? No, this has to be a 1. Makes the 2 in there. Means the 4 is in here. All right, we are making headway. So that's a 1. 5 can't be there, which makes you a 2. Makes you the 3. You're a 1. You're a 1. Makes you the 4, a 1, and a 2. Makes you a 4. This has to be part of the 5, so there's nothing there. You're part of a 4. Which means that's the 5. Alright, alright. Can't pin anything further down with this or this. Five and a 2 could fit there. Oh, but you're a 5. Means you have to be a 5. You're a 2. You're a 4. You're a 1. You're a 5. 2 can't live there. Since that's the end of the 2, that's a 5. 1 and 2. Part of a 2, can't pin it down. That's part of a 6. Do a 1, to 1, and 1. So you're a 2, there's nothing here. It's you a 2. It's a 5 down here. Five down here. Gotta be a 1. 2 1s could fit there or there, so we can't judge anything. 2, you're a 3. You have to be a... Oh, nope. That could be the 5 and a 1 could be there. Careful, careful. Still can't pin it down. It's a 4. Can't pin the 3. You're a 1, you're a 1, and you're a 1. You're the 5 and a 1. Good thing I stopped myself there. You're a 1. You can't be there. All right, we're back into tricky space again. That's still exactly where it was. So we can have a 2, a 1, and a 1, or a 2, a 1, and a 1. Change that. Or that one. Nothing's really changed about this one. With this one, if we can pin this 2, we can at least get the 1, like potentially narrow down the 1. This is the 2. Yeah, we just talked about that one. Okay, 1 there. Okay, that was a change. Changing that though. Yeah, I can close off. No. Okay. Looking for things that I couldn't place because they would create a flaw, but nothing there. It's another 1. That actually helps. Still doesn't help us place the 2, but let's place that 2 yet. Put that 1. Hey there, Samson. Okay, let's see here. So if we had 1, 1, and 1, 2. Okay, actually 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, has to be there. So that at least helps us pin it a little bit. There's still a 2, but we know that that one's right there. Okay, that's closer. That's closer. Can we get further? Okay, this has to have 2 in it. So ideally, there would be something here. Oh, we could still have a 1, and a 2. So if we had 1, 1, 2, that'll still fit, and that would make the 3 here. This one has been very tricky, Samson. There have been a lot of very careful, where could this possibly be, juggling. We are close to having to make a guess to fit some of this stuff. So let's wing it. Let's say it was like that. That would make you here, make you here, 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 and here. So then there would be nothing there. Which means the 3 can't go into here. The 3 has to be here. 1 here and a 3 there. So 2 can't be in either of those. We're using the circles because then we don't have to worry about messing anything up. Can't judge that one yet. That has to be... This has to be a 1. Makes you a 2. That's a 2. Still too much wiggle there. This has to be a 2, so there would be nothing here. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no. This can't be filled in because this is part of a 2. So, yeah, be 1, 2, 3. As you're part of the 2, there's nothing up there. This is kind of wiggly to get it to work right. Means this is part of a 3. So that 3 lines up. Can't be here. That has to be a 1, that's a 2. Can't be here. Could be here, but it can't be here. So it has to be here. And there's nothing in those, which we already knew. So this is a 1, the 3 could still live here. Nothing in this column, which makes you the 2. That. It can't be down to here. Could be up here. So, well, if it can't go any lower than this, then this is true. That fills in that row. So nothing can be here. Makes you the 2. So 1 and a 2. 3 can't be there. So 1 and a 2. 3 can't be here. There can't be something here. Can't be something here. Or here. So the 3 is here. It's blocked off. This is a possibility. Can't fit here. Okay, can't fit there. So there's at least 1 pip here, which fills in the remainder. Can't be there. So it has to be here and here. I think this does it. Let's try. That was a mess, wasn't it, Samson? And it just turned into a green blob that is apparently a data shunt. If there was a third symbol that I could pick for a hypothetical blank, that would help. You think this is the data shunt Jenna wanted? Could be the insides of a pocket calculator for all I know. I'm glad Jenna will be modifying me and not you. I mean, I get it, but still, ouch. I mean, at best, that was just a raw circuit board, you know? I get that that could accomplish what she was hoping for, but you'd think they'd put it at least in a protective casing. Can we talk? Sure, I can't do anything without tools anyway. Must be strange coming back here after so long. You ever go back to your hometown after being away for years? You walk along old roads and it's like you're transported back in time, like you never left? Home always brought back a lot of bad memories for me. Did you give any thought to what I said about Scout's free will? You don't give up, do you? That's what I've heard. It can be extra disconcerting when you visit a place from your memory that has that sort of fixed feeling. Like you always remember it a particular way, and you encounter it and it's been changed drastically one way or another. Like a store is closed, and boarded up, or has been replaced with something else. Houses have been repainted, or, fences have changed. All kinds of things like that can be jarring because of the way that we sometimes create sort of fixed images in our mind. Like, this is the pattern that represents this whole thing that I remember. This might be hard to hear, but I know Scout a lot better than you. I spent years developing him. Probably the best work I've ever done. Isn't that reason enough? Scout obviously means a lot to you. You made him who he is. I didn't make him a killer. But you did give him free will. And an arsenal of super weapons. That's a better part of him than anything Jack Larson ever created. I mean, to be fair, the military contractors are the ones that grabbed Scout when the researchers were away and installed the weapon systems. So it wasn't so much that, she brought a sentient AI into the world and is now thinking of taking away. She brought a sentient AI with weapons into the world and now is saying, well, maybe I should take the weapons away from you. It's more that she brought a child into the world and someone snuck in and, grafted machine gun arms to it, and she's trying to take away its machine gun arms. Again, who are you to say? The child might grow up and be like, man, I wish she hadn't taken away my machine gun arms. Those would have been cool. Sure would have shown that bully, that's for sure. It was a test we did early on. Scout had only been online for a few weeks. We put colored blocks out on a bench and told him to pick one. Final Fantasy VII references. He looked at them for a while. We didn't say anything. Then he picks up a green block and says, "Did I pick up the right one?" He laughed and says, "I don't know. Why did you pick it?" He thought about that for a second. Then he said, "Because I like the color." What was one of those really disturbing research topics? Right brain, left brain. The idea that the hemispheres of the human brain are distinct entities that just communicate with each other. There are like pathways where they send information back and forth. And that they have relatively independent control over different parts of the body. And they have done experiments with people that have a break in the connection between the two sides, where they would separate the vision. They would actually block off the left and the right eye from each other, whether it was by like an actual barricade or something like that, or just requiring that one eye be closed during the testing, like an eye patch or something. And when they were doing that kind of thing, they would do stuff like expose, like have the eye and the hand that the right brain can control pick up something, and then swap to the left brain, like switch the eyes essentially, and ask the well, they would have them, they would present them something, and if I'm jumbling it together. Essentially, they would have that split going on, and they'd make sure that the two sides saw different perspectives. The hand controlled by one side, the side that couldn't speak, only one side of the brain is responsible for speech. That hand could pick something up, and the right side, the other side of the brain, would then fill in the blanks as to why they picked that up, even though they didn't have a perspective of that object. They didn't see that object, and weren't responsible for picking it up, but they would justify it. with the terrifying concept of this is that one side of your brain is in cooperation with another side but can't communicate. So you have one side of the brain justifying everything that happens, but another side that can't speak up for itself. So there's another you inside your head that is at best screaming in silence. Is potentially screaming in silence. This nightmare free of charge. That was the first time you ever made an independent choice. Honor's right. How can I take that away from you? If I want to have part of my programming disabled, isn't that my choice too? Think about what you're asking her to do. If you want me to, I will, but it will not change my decision. This is an interesting little bit of narrative that they're throwing in there. Is two individuals who initially were making decisions about Scout's autonomy, and now introducing Scout into the conversation, where the one person is saying, like, but, you know, I don't think this should be taken away from you. And the individual in question is saying, but I want you to take it away. Why would Jack reopen the lab? I'm not sure, but I guarantee it's nothing good. I'm momentarily reminded of the Robo Factory from Chrono Trigger, where the friendly, independent robot rejoins you at the place where they were made, and they discover copies of themselves or other versions of themselves that reject them because they're acting counter to the base programming. I wonder if we'll have that sort of circumstance where we'll encounter a bunch of other weaponized scouts. You think he's looking for some way to take control of Scout? Like a security backdoor? Jack and his team added a lot of encrypted data. I guess it's possible. We ran into Hyde back at the Lethe offices. He was ready to kill me and Scout just to protect Jack from the law. Hyde does what he's told, no questions asked. You're lucky you got away. The guy's built like a tank. You said he worked at SSI. Why would anyone need a guy like that at a research lab? He worked in defense systems, testing weapons. I guess Jack needed someone with a military background. When Scout confronted Hyde, something happened to him. He went into some kind of assault mode. Are you sure? I'm sure. It was not for long, but... That's Jack handiwork. Jack's handiwork. That's how Tom died. I guess now we know what we're up against. I felt like I was watching my own actions from far away. I had no control. It was horrible. We're going to help you, Scout. We'll find a way. I think we've got everything you needed. You can install the patch now. I am ready. Still can't believe you want to go through with this. You don't even know if it's necessary. I've calculated the odds. There is too much risk. I never want to hurt anyone again, and this is the only way to be sure. Scout, listen to Honor. I didn't believe it at first, but I can see how much you've developed. You could learn to contain it without losing part of yourself. The risk that they're talking about is the fact that the patch that they're proposing, since the weapon system is sort of now hardwired into his behavior, that there are software triggers for it, but the functionality is there. And as they demonstrated earlier, he loses some degree of control when it activates. The patch would go in and essentially stop or redirect thought processes that would potentially lead to the weapon system. The fear being that doing that might interfere with other parts of Scout's mind. Might take time to learn, but you can do it. Please just... I've made up my mind. Please install the patch, Jenna. Okay. Is it done? How do you feel? Great. I'll just do a quick self-test. There'll be time for that later. You've got work to do. We have to find out why Jack Larson reopened this lab. There must be something around here. That's right, there are puzzles around here. We've just had a whole bunch of narrative and we need a puzzle cooldown. Here we go. Nope, nope, not there. 9 is like this. 1, 2. Okay. That. 2 and 5 can still coincide. This is part of a 3, so there's nothing there. There. Has to be a 1. Four lives somewhere in that range. There can still be a 2 and a 1 here. There's only 1 3 in here, but we can't pin it down. There's a 3 there. So you the 4. You the 4. Part of a 3. Part of a 4, so there's nothing here. There can be nothing here. Not quite yet. This has to be a 1. Since this is the second 3. There's a 1 here or here, and then 1 here. This is part of a 3, but it can't go down to here. So there's that. 3, 1. this has to be part of a 3. Then a 3 and a 1. This could be part of a 2 yet. This is part of a 3. There's nothing there. That's a 2. It's got to be a 2 then. Here the 3. Here the 3. Okay. 2 makes you 1. 8. Could still be the 3. Every now and then I find myself potentially jumping to a conclusion. It's like, no, wait. Wait, this has to be the 3. That's a 3. Lives there, that's a 2. 2, there's this and this. Can't live there, makes you part of 3, makes you a 1, makes you the 2. Makes you part of 3. Start 3. Yep. Getting there. Way too much wiggle there. Two can't be in here, 2 is in here. It doesn't change anything though. This has to be a 2. We don't know if there's a 2 here or a 2 here, though. 4. Be a 1 here, but that makes you a 1 for sure. Can't live there. Lives about there. 1. Okay, that could be the 3, so we can't mess with that. One and 1. 2 is in here somewhere, but we can't pin that. That, you're part of a 3, that, part of a 4, that, you're part of a 4, like that, are part of a 2, that can't be the case, that has to be the case, so you part of a 5, like that, 5, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 1, you're the 2. This is a 3. It's a 1. Nothing here. 3, 2, 4. It's a 4. 2 and a 2, so nothing there. 2 and a 2. Here. 1, 1. Nice that little surge you get sometimes once you've got an idea of where something is. Well, this has to be a 1, so it's like that. One lives somewhere in there. It doesn't help. So that's a 2. There's a wiggle of a 1 here, wiggle of a 1 there. Oh, but that's a 4. Can't be a 1 there. There's a 1 here. This has to be a 3. Yeah. But that doesn't tell us anything, really. Okay, here. Actually, no. That means this is true. That's part of a 2. Okay, this has to be the 2. Yep. So that's the 2, that's the 1. That's a 1. Nothing here. This has to be true. It's Yule 1. We have a 2, there's a 1, there's a 1 in one of these. There's a 1 here. This can't be the 2, so that's the 2. Here a 1. Nothing there, that's that, that's that, that's that. Nope, too much wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Because of that, this is true. That's true. Yeah, if we could get rid of this, it would help. That's true. There's nothing there. That's true. So there's nothing here. The 6. There's 1 in each of those, but we don't know where. Because of that, there can't be something here. It's you a 2. You a 2. You a 1. It's the 5. It's the 4. It's a 2. It's you a 3. 2 can't live there. One, 2. 2, 3, 4. There. Has to live there. Here. It's a 1. It's a 2, which means you're blocked off. 1 has to live there, makes you a 2. 3 can't live there. 3 has to live here. It's the 2. Has to be a 1. This is a 3, so there's nothing here. Well, there's nothing in this whole column. Or 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're 3. There, nothing there. You're the 2. You're a 2. Close that off. Is that a blueprint? It's a blueprint. Nice. These blueprints are of you. These show how to make me? What do these markings indicate? I don't know, but they look pretty recent. Someone circled a few of the components and made calculations in the margins. Perhaps Jack Larson made these notes. But why? Oh, there's more puzzles. I like the narrative. I really do. But sometimes it runs long and I don't get my puzzle fix in time, and I find that to be a problem. No, that's 1 and 2. Then there's a 2, a 1, a 1, and a 2. But there's wiggle back and forth. This has definitely got to be a 1. 3 could live here. But 3... definitely part of a 1. 1 and a 1. 3 here, 3 here. 1, part of a 1. This can't live there. 5, that's a 7. It's a 3. You're a 3. You're a 3. Could be a 2. 7, you're a 2. You're a 2. You're a 2. 3. 3. We can't live there. 3 has to live here. But that definitely makes you a 1. Two, 1. that. 3 could live up there, so can't judge that. This is part of a 4, so there's nothing there. 3 could live here, part of a 4. Nothing there. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 2, you're 1. That'd be a 2. One, that could still be a 2. Plenty of room in there. Plenty of space there. Okay, let's say that this is the 3. Can't be the 3. This is a 1. 4, so there's nothing there. Part of the 3 for sure, nothing there. Much wiggle. Wiggle. All right, let's say this is a 1. 1. Okay, it can't be the second one. It can't be the first one, so let's say it's the second one and there's another one down here. You could have 2, 1, 1. So this needs to be the 2, because then we could have 1, 1, 1. Yeah, there's not enough room for a 2 in here with 3 1s. So this needs to be the 2. And a 1, 3, 3, 2. Judge that one. Looks like it's going to be like a hard drive or something. It looks like we might have a platter here, but it's not clear to me. This hasn't changed. That can wiggle. wiggle. Okay, I think we've reached guesswork territory. Quick look just to be sure that we're not there already. So I think it's like this. That. 2, then that's a 1. Looks like this is a zigzag that keeps going. That any further. Column's dead. One in here. There's 1, 2 in here. That one's filled. This one's filled. This one's filled. This one's filled. I already know that one. That one. You know that one. So we know that one. That's the only way that this one fits. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. It's true. One has to live in here, 2 has to be here. In case you have to be true, that. So you're a 2. That can't be there then. So that's a 2, that has to be a 2. That's a 2. Yeah, that's a 2. One and 1. X that out. That's the case there. That's a 1. 3 can live in either of these yet. Nothing there, though. one in each of those. So 1, 2, 3 here. Can't guess which is which here yet. You know, that's a 4. That's definitely a 1 and 1 and a 1. That's a 1. 3. That's a 3. Nothing there. To be a 1. Nothing there. Well, we got closer. A prototype. Like it's got a dial on the front, maybe? Or a little half semicircle meter kind of thing. Tricky, tricky. These are getting progressively tougher, you know? It's another scout? Not quite. My scans show it's missing several important components. So it doesn't work. Maybe that's for the best. It's hard enough keeping up with one of you. A half-finished robot and a stack of blueprints. I think I know what Jack's been doing here. He's looking for your weaknesses. He's gone mad. He's building a new scout. He's been working from your original blueprints and modifying them to his own specifications. Knowing Jack, those specifications are likely more firepower. But the scout chassis we found is missing too many critical parts. It'll never work without them. That's why he wants you. I don't understand. I don't know where to find the components he needs. Once you get it, they're inside you. We have to tell Jenna. Tell Jenna what? I do like how they do the fade to black explanations. It is sometimes tiresome when Phoenix Wright does the full gray flashback where they tell you something that they just told you. This is bad. This is really bad. If Jack gets his hands on Scout, he'll tear him apart to get what he needs. We're safe as long as he doesn't know where we are. Enter Jack. What was that? I think it came from Hyde's pager. New message. You idiot, they're at the lab. Guess I'll have to sort this myself. He's tracking you. What? How? Scan for anything transmitting a signal. Danger puzzle music. Okay, so an 8 is normally here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Can't pin the 4. Can pin another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. It's a 1. Part of a 4. Part of a 4. Part of a 3 doesn't help. 1 could be past it. Part of a 4. 4 can't fit here. This is part of a 4. Sorry. Yeah, this has to be part of a 4. They couldn't touch this, so it has to be like that. That's a 4 and a 3 next to each other. You are part of a 5. Okay, okay. 5 can't live here. 2 space. that. Part of a 3. Or into 4. 6. Okay. You're a 4. You have to be a 4. We can't pin anything from there. But 4 can't live after this as the 1. No, wait. Yeah, that could be... Yeah, we can't judge that one. This has become a 6. It's like that. 3 is like that. It's an 8. It's like that. 3 lives here. It's a 6. It's a 1. You're a 1. You're a 3. 2, then a 2. You have to be a 1, which makes you a 3. Then you're a 3 like that. This has got to be the 1. So you a 5. A 7. You're a 2. Makes you the 3. That you're part of a 3. You're part of a 5. 3. That's a 3. That's a 2. 5. 5. 2. 5. Can't overlap there. Definitely 1. Or 3 doesn't help. You've got to be a 1. 0, 1. 1 could be here. Since you've got to be part of a 5. Over there. Yeah. Okay, since that's the 2, 5 can live in there. That's a 3. So you a 3. So you're a 3. Can't be true. This is 4. 4. Okay. This has to be the 4. So you a 3. A lot of drama in this music, isn't there, folks? 1, 2, 3. Three lives up here. The 1 has... No. The 1 could live here. 3 has to live there, makes you the 3, makes you a 1. Or 2 can't live here, 2 is definitely there. 4 could still live here. You're part of a 3. So you're the 4. 2. You're a 1. Nothing there. 3. You're a 3. You're a 1. Okay. That's a 1. This has to be a 2. So there's nothing here. It's a 4. Since that's part of a 5. Like that. And then a 2. You're a 1. Makes you a 2. 1. 2 and a 1. 2 and a 1. That's a 2, that's a 3. 2 can't live there, 2 lives there, that's a 1 and a 2. This has to be a 2, so there's nothing there. 2 and a 1, and a 2. And a 2. There, 2 there. That's a 1. You a 2. That's a 2. That's a 1. 2. 2. 2. The button? No, it's a tracking device. A really big tracking device. Did he put it on the back of Scout when he, quote, fixed him? Oh, no, in the business card. Okay. Chip in the business card. Jack gave me this card when we met him at the police station. I forgot I even had it. Can't believe I was so stupid. There, it's broken, but the damage is done. I suggest we leave before Jack arrives and traps us here. Where would we go? Your apartment? My place? Jack has money and influence. Nowhere is safe. He won't stop until he gets Scout. In that case, we have to be ready for him. You're right. We need Detective Cross. No, you need a robot with, like, powerful weapon systems that you just disabled. Now how do you feel about that? Said no cops. That was before we were cornered by a murderous psychopath. Things have changed. Have they? Have they really? Fun type of argument there. No cell signal. It's one of the reasons they built this place here. Guaranteed privacy. I mean, that and the entire ceiling looks like it's strung with metal and cables, so you have the strong potential of an unintentional Faraday cage going on. You didn't even have phone lines? If we had to make a call, we used a payphone about a block away. I still remember where it is. Stay here. I'll make the call. Are you sure? What happened to no cops? You're right. The situation has changed. Stay here with Scout and keep him safe. She's right. We have to make sure Jack can't find you, no matter what happens. Stuff him in an air vent. There. 2. Much wiggle there. 5 can live somewhere around there. I think this is fixed. 1, 2, 3, 2. I think that has to be true. Because of the position of this one from the 5. If it were down 1, then it would be 1, 2. Yeah. 3. And then there's not enough room for a 2 and a 1. Okay. Okay. Could be after it, but this is definitely part of the 4. No, it might not be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it might not be part of the 4. Can't tell that yet. You have to part of the 6, so it's like that. Makes you part of the 3, which is like that. Now you're part of the 6. It's a 2 there. You're part of the 2, so there's nothing there. Can't be something there, you're part of the 3. Much wiggle. Still technically too much wiggle. This is probably the 2, though. So if we have a 1 and then a 2. 3's probably there. The whole thing can fit there. 2, 2, 1. 3 has to live over here, so it's like that. Three and 3 can both live in there. Should be true there. Gotta be part of the 4 here. 4, 1, 1, 3. As far down as, since that is 4, we could have 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. But we know this is part of the 3. pin that 2 yet. Definitely the 2. Yep. It's room there. Okay. Okay. Don't want to start guessing yet. That. Three, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. So this has to be part of the 4. It can't be 4 independently because there wouldn't be room for the 1. So this is the 4. This has to be a 1. That you're a 3. Can't pin that yet, but you can't be filled in. You have to be a 1. So you can't be there. After there's a 1. After too much wiggle yet. That's filled in. 1, 1 into 2. That. That. 1, that's a 4. Can't pin that yet. Oh, it's the 4 now. It's there. Hey there, casemate. We did have to do one recently that was like 50% guess. That one was painful. How are you doing today? You're a 1. Makes you a 1. Makes you a 2. Nothing else. Makes you a 1. Still too wiggly. We know you're a 4, so that's the case. That means that's the case. Gotta be a 2. Makes you a 2 because it just told us that. Nothing there. Nothing there. here a... Nope, one could fit there. That could be a 2. There can't be anything there, which is a 4. That means you're here. Okay. Narrowing it down. Keeping busy. / being kept busy. Two. That's a 2. This was a 2. Worst case, it would be space 1, space 1, 2, space 1. Okay. It's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 2. Have to be a 2, but that doesn't change anything. Really love to pin down more of this. Okay, 1 and a 2 can fit in there, so we can't really narrow that down. Yeah. And with this one. This for the last one. 2, 1. Not enough for... This is the 2. This has to be a 2, but that doesn't change anything. The 1 could be as close as this, so we can't judge. Or as far away as this, so we can't judge which way it goes. Hey there, Barbed Wire. Good to see you again. Barbed Wire joining us on Twitch. How are you doing lately, Barbed Wire? Okay. Oh. Was having a conversation with someone recently about John Wick 4. What'd you think of it? Good. Ooh. Because I really liked 1 and 2. 3 had some aspects that I felt were veering into sort of mysticism that they didn't sufficiently like flesh out. And I was concerned that they might spin off in that direction. But if you found it good, maybe then those fears are unfounded. Or at least they explain it, you know? Okay, this is the one. It would be 2. This can't be the 1. This is the 2. Means you're a 1 and you're a 2. The remaining 1 can be somewhere in here. Okay, okay. You, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I meant the desert and like the Assassin King or whatnot were the places where it started to get kind of wibbly. But as far as like the action scenes, that's never been a problem. That's like one of the best, like pretty much the best part of those movies are those action scenes. They're excellent. Okay. It feels like we're going to have something here to continue this shape, but I'm not certain. A little closer with that. I hadn't considered it that way, Barbed Wire. That it was just ritualistic, you know? And this was just a faction kind of scenario. It's a 2. There's a 2 in there, but I wish I could pin it a little closer. Be easier if this was the 1. It's always rough when you've got to make up for individuals that aren't pulling their weight there, casemate. Okay. I mean, that sort of thing is what I was looking for out of better explaining it, is the idea that outside of, like, we have gold coins and whatnot that would imply age, but the idea that it's a very not smoke and mirrors, but, you know, incense and incantations kind of vibe, you know? you know, anoint the gun with the sacred unguents, you know? Unguents? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Okay, okay. This was 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. That still leaves that as the first two, so I think this has to be the case. And then there's wiggle in the ones. Do a 2. You're a 2, it's like that. To help much. But it was progress. It was progress. Oh, well, we know that's a 2. You're a 1. It's you a 4. 2 lives in there, can't pin it. That's a 1. Makes you a 2. Cool. Okay, there's a 2 here, like that. So you're part of a 3. Okay, we can pin the 2s. 2 has to be like that. There can't be a 3. So this is the 1, and this is the 2. This has to be a 1. Can't be a 4, so that's a 1 and a 3. So that's a 3. Narrow that down, which makes you a 2. You're a 2. So you the 6. You're a 2, and you're a 1. Okay. This has to be a 2, so nothing there. There's a 1, then a 1, 1 and 1, 2, 3, 6, 2, 1. That has to be a 1. That has to be a 1. So that's a 2. This has to be a 1. Let's see. 3, 1. This is a 1. 2. 1 and 2. That's a 1. That's a 2. You a 1. That 2 and a 2, so that's the 1. You're a 1. You can't live there. 2 lives there. That's a 1. 2 lives there. It's the 3. It varies a little bit which track you get, whether it's they do a more intense one now and again. But it's not quite elevator music. Narrow more of that down yet. Wait a minute. So 1 here, and there's 2 2s here, so that helps. Another box-like object. Oh. Oh, something went wrong. Oh no. Oof. Big oof. Yeah. Yeah. Ouch. Okay. Okay. Can we fix this? Okay. Okay. I think we got it. I think we can fix this. Oh, that was close. That would have been terrible to have to redo that. Tape recorder. An old tape recorder. Wonder if it still works. We could use it to record everything Jack says when he gets here. How will that stop him from killing you? Um, because Scout can record as well. What are we gaining here? I know you can, but what if something happens to you? Sorry, I don't mean to be, a horrible downer, but no, you're right. It's a good idea to have a backup just in case. Ah, more puzzles. It would be nice if the scanning really seemed to be relevant where it was pointing at. Because sometimes it's nonsensical what you're looking at. It's there. Can't pin that. Just like that. Pin the 3. Pin that 4. Not to be mean about it, but you're a little expendable, Scout. Yep. Situation there. Can't overlap that. Or doesn't overlap yet. Okay. 3 lives there. 1. It could be there, or it could be here. If it was here. Oh yeah, plenty of room for that. Plenty of room. This has to be a 2, so there's nothing there. Ends in a 3, can't be anything there. That could still house a 1. Space 1, 2, 3. Two, 3. Same thing there. That's a 2. 4. 3 can't live there. Everything can still fit in those spots. Okay, we can't pin them down yet, but oh wait. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 is like that. This is part of a 3, that's like that. Two, so 1, 2, space. Doesn't change anything about that yet. We can narrow some of these down. We can get more of the 1s out of the way. There's no 4, so that's a 2, which makes you part of the 3. That. I mean, given the resolution that he cranks out on these objects before decoding them, it's that simultaneously terrifying and sophisticated kind of thing going on. Or terrifyingly unsophisticated and sophisticated, since he seems to be made out of household appliances bolted together until he goes into battle mode, and then he's made out of like 40k Mechanicus weaponry. Or perhaps Necron. At least from the spider legs kind of perspective. Wiggle. Way too much wiggle. Oh, hey, Aniji. Haven't seen you in a bit, for sure. Welcome back. We are playing a game called Murder by Numbers. It's kind of a... It's a detective-style game where you uncover clues and all. Kind of visual novelty. But there's murder mysteries and whatnot. And you get clues by doing puzzles. A minute. Three, 2, 1, 3. And go. Let's see. No 4s, so you're a 3 and a 1. That's 3. 1, which makes you a 3. 2. 4 lives over here. These are nonogram puzzles. It's like Picross. 3, so there's nothing there. 2 could live down there. A bunch of wiggle. Ooh, it's a 4. Narrowing it down. Gotta be locked in like that. Makes you the 5. You've still gotta be a 3. You're part of the 4 yet, which makes you part of the 2. You've got to be part of the 4, so there's nothing there. Makes you the 2, makes you a 3. You a 4. Part of a 2. That. Just like that. That's a 1. There's a 1 right around here. Okay. We've narrowed it a bit. Our game schedule in general in EG is packed full of puzzle games, puzzle and detective games, for the most part. Could be a 1 and a 2 there. Actually, this is a 1 and a 2. Play a lot of detective games. Okay, so that's a 4. That's a 1. 2. 1 and 2. So another 1 makes you a 4. Way too much wiggle yet. All right. One, two, 1, 2. There's a 1 somewhere in there. It's got to be a 2. 3 in there. That's a 2. 1, 1 and 2. Four has to live up in here. There's no place for a 2. It's you, the 2. There's a 1 living in there somewhere. Tell what those are yet. Can't pin down where this 4 lives yet. know where those live. There's a decent chance that they're right here, but... Four doesn't live here. Here. So 1 and 1. It's here or here. One moves there. Hey there, that's crazy. Welcome back. Doing some more murder by numbers today. Do I now? Kansas Otaku. Might have to look that up. That's a 2. 1. Let's do the 3. 2. What is it? I have CRT monitors. Okay. Okay, fair. They were over near some displays. I will grant you that game. Okay. Let's see how long Sherbet sticks around, huh? These display units look familiar. They look like you. They must be the screen your body was based on. Big chonky CRT monitor. If I hid in this stack and powered down my display, Jack might not recognize me. Good thinking. We'll just have to hope he doesn't look too closely. Oh, yeah. Some of them get really are really tough ones, or at least compared to others that I've played. And I really do enjoy this style of puzzle. I've picked up a couple of games that are just these puzzles after encountering this game. So, the narrative is fun in this Aniji. The puzzles are solid too. How's your day going, Crazy? And for those not aware, I am talking to people both in Twitch chat and YouTube chat. The screen only shows YouTube chat. It's a good day, that's crazy. I do have a double stream going today. We're going to be stopping at around 7 o'clock. And then we're going to break stream for a little bit. And then I will start another one at about 7:30 U.S. Central Time. Let's do a cat check real quick here. Ooh, we got a double. Sherbet shifted to go snooze with Sky. Aren't they sweet? Think I just heard a car outside. Scout, hide in those monitors, quick. Go. Okay, Jenna's gone for help. Scout's hidden. We can do this. Oh. Oh dear. Look who I found. Jenna. Sorry, he saw me outside and... I mean, who would have thought? Ooh. You know, I saw Machinarium. It was on one of my maybe lists. So, maybe I'll look into it again. I haven't heard of Creeks. Actually, I think I saw Creeks on the Steam list once. So, Aniji, if you want to drop those in the game suggestion board, I can take another look. Because I have done a couple of adventure game style puzzle ones recently. I don't want to go for a full adventure game. We got burned on... I can't remember what it was called, but it got kind of excruciating. But puzzle-based adventure games are fun. Not quite the reunion I'd hoped for, but what can you do? Okay, Honor, stay calm. I just need to keep him talking until Cross gets here. So this is the second lethal circumstance that Honor has gotten herself embroiled in. There was one where she went to confront somebody and they opened fire from a window and she had to, like, frantically take cover when the just as the police were showing up. I have to admit, I'm actually impressed. It's a shame you won't get to see this little investigation of yours through. What do you want, Jack? You know exactly what I want. Where is it? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. That robot that's been hovering over your shoulder all summer. Hand it over. So you can take him to pieces? That's not a phrase I've heard, I hear often. It's more of like a kind of a UK English phrase, isn't it? Take him to pieces. So you can kill him? He's just a robot. He's not alive. It's no different to stripping a car for parts. If it's a thinking, talking robot, it's kind of the equivalent of going into the Cars universe and stripping them for parts. It does seem a lot like killing if they're screaming while you strip them for parts, I'm just saying. Even if I knew where Scout was, I wouldn't tell you. It's simple. Either you tell me where he is, or Jenna dies. Don't listen to him, Honor. Shut up, you. Are you going to order some Lethe goon to kill me like Frank and Lori? Such a shame how that all ended. I hired Lori myself. I gave her a chance. I trusted her. Then she let me down. What are you talking about? Our system logged her accessing Frank's file. She was going to sell me out to the cops. I thought she joined Lethe because she shared our goals, but it was all just to chase after the ghost of her brother. Oh, Lori was Frank's brother. Interesting. Such a disappointment. Her brother? How did that not come up on your background check before you hired her? The fact that her brother died, you know, in a suicide, you know, a assisted suicide without consent, let's call it. And then his sister shows up and says, hey, you know, I'd like a job for no particular reason. I heard my brother died under mysterious consequences in your employ. That sounds like a recommendation to me. don't think it's the worst phrase that somebody has caught me saying in my streams. Oh, I thought you were a better detective than that, Ms. Rahi. Her last name wasn't Becker, it was Pritchell. She was Frank's sister. Guess our vetting process for new employees isn't as good as I'd like, but that can be fixed. Well, at least he's aware of his mistakes. I know, right, Barbed Wire? Why do people keep having to kill themselves with these very complicated Rube Goldberg machines that kill them in a way that you wouldn't expect them to be able to by themselves? Let alone that they make them disintegrate after they do them. She found out what happened to her brother, so you ordered Hyde to kill her, just like he killed Frank. Hyde didn't kill Frank. Laurie, yes. Frank, no. Frank was different. He had one job, and he messed it up so badly, I've still got the LAPD breathing down my neck. No, I took care of Frank personally. Remember, there are 2 recorders going right now, apparently. We left Hyde tied up and unconscious. Once the police start interrogating him, you're through. I was wondering what happened to him. Not a problem. He'll never crack. The Marines trained him well. We've interacted with Hyde. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. He's, yeah. Either way, he's gone. Your empire is crumbling around you. How melodramatic. Must be all those years you spent in TV. Yeah. I will say Murder by Numbers is a little better about not telegraphing too hard what's actually going on. Like, you can make an educated guess about it and probably be right. But this is not... This is not artificial, like they don't pop a surprise character on you like in Phoenix Wright. They're not going for the soap opera drama kind of thing. So I do find that interesting, though there is quite a bit of melodrama in this still. Once they do indicate who's probably doing it, this one does stick to that. But there have been a couple of instances where that person's involvement doesn't become 100% clear until you get closer in the story to it, which I think is good. Hyde was just a soldier. They're not in short supply. Besides, once my prototype is finished, I won't need people like him anymore. I know what you're trying to do, Jack. We found the prototype. Really? What did you think? Not quite ready yet, but it'll be the perfect soldier. Agile, ruthless, immune to harsh environments. It'll change the world for the better. That's what the world needs. That's the source. That's the solution to all our problems. Autonomous murder bots. Especially if they base them too much off of Scout, where it's autonomous murder bots with free will. Do you want Skynet? Because that's how you get Skynet. We wouldn't think of creating autonomous murder bots. Our robots are entirely safe. Everything is fine. You should totally buy more. Better, it's deranged. You've designed a killing machine. Typical Holly weird liberal. Now, I kind of want a modern politician to start saying Holly weird. I do. So short-sighted. Just imagine it. An automated drone able to infiltrate high-security compounds adapt and improvise, and engage in any target with pinpoint accuracy. I'll see your infiltrating drone and raise you a equally automated drone, probably able to blow up that whole facility. Because we got that. We already got that. That is, I mean to say, militaries have that. Catbot Corporation doesn't have anything like that. We don't make those. You could bring down an entire regime without dropping a single bomb. Think of all the lives it could save. Not counting the ones that the Murderbots get. That wasn't the reason we created Scout. You can help people without having to kill. You'd always lack vision, Jenna, but that's what I'm here for. People have already died because of this project. It's not too late to stop. I mean, Tom, I regret what happened that day. You regret not having someone to make your weapon for you. You're right. We pushed Scout too far too soon. The modifications were unstable, and the consequences unfortunate. For your project, you mean? You don't care what happened to Tom. Don't push your luck. One more word out of you and you're dead. I mean, she's supposed to be your hostage, Jack. Like, your leverage for Honor to tell you where Scout is. You kind of need your leverage. Already have a prospective buyer for the new prototype. You can't stop what's already in motion. Rebuilding this lab can't have been cheap. Where did you get the money? Where do you think? Lethe Security isn't a charity. It wasn't enough to murder 2 of your employees. You had to funnel Lethe money into developing killer robots, too? 2 lives is a cost worth paying for a technology that could save millions of dollars in military training. By deploying Murderbots. That money is tainted, Jack. It's linked to murder. When the police find out, your whole project is finished. They won't find out. You think I don't know what you're trying to do? You're stalling. Telling you, I don't know where Scout is. Can't we just... Maybe a little pressure to persuade you. You've got 5 seconds or Jenna dies. Counting. Scout's not here. I figured Scout was going to pop out one way or another. Was that so hard? Scout, what are you doing? He'll kill you. That means you and Honor are safe. I don't care. That's not what it means, Scout. He has just explained at great length that he's willing to kill people to tie up loose ends. And these are 2 very loose ends. Come with me and they're free to go. You have my word, which is totally good. He's lying. Scout, no. You and I are going to do great things together. By together, I mean I'm going to do great things once I've dismantled you for parts. Let them go. Fine, just like I promised. And one last thing. I need to see if you're still working the way I remember. What do you mean? Assault Mode Override. Code J386. So the patch that they applied should have stopped that. Didn't really think I was going to let you leave, did you? I hate loose ends. See? Target acquired. I thought you disabled his weapons. Scout, shoot to kill. In before Scout turns on Jack. What are you waiting for? Shoot them. I can't. Stupid piece of... You did this, Jenna. You won't get in my way again. Oh, wow. She actually got shot. Unexpected. Jenna. Gut wound, no less. Scout has a crying face. Sad robot. Oh, wow. Touching scene. Scout, I'm so proud of you. Could have stopped him. I'm sorry. It's okay, Scout. You made the right choice. You didn't take a human life. And by doing so, you directly caused the loss of a human life. Don't worry, you made the right choice. Yeah. I'd mentioned earlier in the stream, it's unclear where Scout gets all of that weaponry. I have to imagine that they're touting the idea of a floating sentient robot and ignoring the idea that they've created a sci-fi bag of holding that can talk. It seems like they should be thinking about the applications of the second part more than the first part. But I didn't make a choice. I made you disable my weapons. If I hadn't, if I'd just been stronger, then... I'm the one who should be apologizing. I never installed that patch. You have free will, Scout, the power to choose. I couldn't take that away from you. So, I could have protected you. I could have killed Jack. Don't worry, Scout, I lied to you. You had the ability to save my life all the time. It's just, I made you think that you couldn't. Don't you feel better now? You remember, Casemate, when it used to be that if two-dimensional holes encountered each other in Dungeons and Dragons, how it used to create like a horrible explosion? Like, send you into the astral plane with no protection kind of explosion. Don't sink to his level, Scout. I built you to fly. Please don't go. I still have so many questions. There's still so much I don't know. You'll find the answer, Scout. I believe in you. I think that showed up as late as 3rd edition. I know it existed in 2nd edition. But I know by 5th, it's just like they destroy each other or something like that. Yeah, crazy. I think that's a key element of good visual novel style storytelling, is that you have to put a lot of work into the still scenes that you're showing. That was a big problem that we had with Raging Loop. In that they didn't update the scenes. Like, there were very few custom scenes. So a lot would be going on, but they'd just be sitting there showing you a forest background or a scene of the room with no characters, that kind of stuff. But yeah, second edition, Matt, there are a lot of items that are massively toned down in editions after second. Like, just massively toned down. I think the classic example right now is the deck of many things in Dungeons and Dragons. Um, there are a whole lot of ways to essentially be insta-killed in the second edition deck of many things. There are a couple of things that are kind of threatening in the 5th edition version, but they're tame compared to their second edition incarnations. That was a thing that you had to really think about drawing a card from. Got here as soon as I could. Too late. Jack's gone. You okay? Anyone hurt? Ah, nobody except for that corpse that's right there at your feet. Everybody else is okay. Oh, yeah. Casemate, second edition was a big pile of complicated, dangerous systems. Second edition and first edition were very closely tied to their tabletop wargaming origins. So a lot of the kind of arcane systems carried forward, and the mentality that it's kind of a game to win and lose was still there. Yeah, crazy. Cross isn't a great detective. They hype it up as if like, oh, he's getting old and they're trying to push him out of the force. But it really does seem like he just messes stuff up. It's Jenna. She's... We have to go. Scout, maybe you need a little time to... No, this has gone on long enough. We need to stop Jack now before it's too late. Stop him? You don't even know where he went. You heard what he said. His prototype was funded with Lethe money. Lethe's linked to 2 murders already. If Jack was funneling that cash into whatever he was doing here, the police can shut down his entire project. He would lose everything. If I were him, I'd be trying to destroy any records of those finances. It doesn't seem that he's stupid, Casemate. And a lot of the basic stuff is covered. But the stuff that Scout finds when he scans are clearly things that are, like, are presented as things that are almost left out in the open. Like, he's not finding something that was concealed in a box. Just as often, he's finding something that is sitting there on the floor. As far as, like, basic groundwork, Cross seems fine. Like, he's actually got the kind of protect and serve vibe that you'd hope. Which means he must have gone back to the Lethe offices. I'll call it in. We can have a SWAT team there in 5 minutes. I have to do this myself for Jenna. Why? You're going to the offices of what is effectively a small-scale PMC. They have already demonstrated the willingness to kill. The one that you are going after just showed you their willingness to kill, and admitted to demonstrating it previously. And you're like, no, I got this. Out of the question. It's too dangerous. He won't risk hurting me. He needs my components. We can use that to our advantage. Hate to admit it, but he's right. This could be our only chance to bring Jack down without a fight. Rather have him in handcuffs than a body bag, but you... I can take care of myself. You know that. I guess sorta? I mean, she did MacGyver like a lightning bolt taser to take one guy down, so there's that. Alright, I'll give you a chance, but if there's even a hint of trouble, I'm coming in after you. Cross already did save her in a lethal situation before. I don't know why we're scanning again, but I'm going to use it for puzzles. Actually, this is a good point for our first break. Before I get locked in a puzzle and use up my whole break period, we are going to halt this stream. The YouTube stream will stop and redirect to the next one. The Twitch stream will just stop. And then we're going to start it up again at about 7:30 Central. So I will see you folks again in a moment. Well, shortly. For those of you that will be staying, like I said, I will see you again. For those of you that are stopping for the evening, thank you for joining us, and I will see you again tomorrow.